Question 1. Which statement accurately describes a fundamental characteristic of Amazon S3? Option A. S3 provides block storage, primarily used for operating systems and databases requiring high transactional integrity. Option B. S3 is a file storage service that allows multiple EC2 instances to share a hierarchical file system. Option C. S3 is an object storage service designed for 99.999999999% 11 nines durability, offering strong read-after-write consistency. Option D. S3 guarantees eventual consistency for all read and write operations, which can lead to data staleness. The correct answer is S3 is an object storage service designed for 99.999999999% 11 nines durability, offering strong read-after-write consistency. Here's the explanation. S3 is fundamentally an object storage service designed for 99.999999999% or 11 nines of durability. The study material also clarifies that S3 now provides strong read-after-write consistency for all S3 operations. Options A and B describe EBS and EFS, respectively, and option D is outdated information regarding S3's consistency model. Question 2. A company needs to store petabytes of financial audit logs in Amazon S3 for regulatory compliance. These logs are accessed very rarely, perhaps once a year, but must be retained for 7 years. Cost effectiveness is a critical factor, and retrieval within a few hours is acceptable. Which S3 storage class and feature combination would be most appropriate for this use case? Option A. S3 Standard with versioning enabled. Option B. S3 Intelligent Tiering with a lifecycle policy to transition to S3 Standard IA. Option C. S3 Glacier Deep Archive with a lifecycle policy to expire objects after 7 years. Option D. S3 One Zone IA with cross-region replication. The correct answer is S3 Glacier Deep Archive with a lifecycle policy to expire objects after 7 years. Here's the explanation. S3 Glacier Deep Archive is the lowest cost archival storage class designed for data accessed very rarely, with retrieval times typically in hours, which fits the requirement for cost-effectiveness and infrequent access. A lifecycle policy to expire objects after 7 years ensures compliance with the retention period and automatic deletion, further optimizing costs. S3 Standard is too expensive for rarely accessed data. Intelligent tiering is for changing access patterns. And One Zone IA lacks the multi-AZ durability of Glacier Deep Archive. Question 3. A development team frequently uploads new versions of application binaries to an S3 bucket. They need to protect against accidental overwrites or deletions of these binaries, and also require the ability to revert to previous versions if a new deployment causes issues. Which S3 feature should be enabled on the bucket to meet these requirements? Option A. S3 Lifecycle Management. Option B. S3 Versioning. Option C. Cross-Region Replication. CRR. Option D. S3 Transfer Acceleration. The correct answer is S3 Versioning. Question 4. A company needs to store critical audit logs for regulatory compliance. These logs are accessed very rarely, perhaps once or twice a year for audits, but must be retained for 10 years at the absolute lowest cost. Retrieval times of several hours are acceptable. Which S3 storage class is most suitable for this use case? Option A. S3 Standard. Option B. S3 Standard Infrequent Access. S3 IA. Option C. S3 Glacier. Option D. S3 Intelligent Tiering. The correct answer is S3 Glacier. Here's the explanation. S3 Glacier is designed for long-term archival with extremely low storage costs and configurable retrieval times ranging from minutes to hours. This perfectly matches the requirement for very infrequent access, long retention, and tolerance for longer retrieval times at the lowest cost. Question 5. A user uploads 50,000 objects, each 5 kilobytes in size, to an S3 bucket configured with S3 Standard Infrequent Access, S3IA. They then delete all these objects after 15 days. What will be the billing implication for these objects? Option A. The user will be billed for 5 kilobytes per object for 15 days. Option B. The user will be billed for 128 kilobytes per object for 15 days. Option C. The user will be billed for 5 kilobytes per object for 30 days. Option D. The user will be billed for 128 kilobytes per object for 30 days. The correct answer is the user will be billed for 128 kilobytes per object for 30 days. Here's the explanation. S3IA has a minimum billable object size of 128 kilobytes and a minimum storage duration of 30 days. Therefore, each 5 kilobytes object will be billed as 128 kilobytes. And since they were deleted before 30 days, they will be billed for the full 30-day minimum duration. Question 6. Which statement about S3 storage class durability and retrieval options is accurate? Option A. S3 Standard offers 99.999999999% durability, while S3 Glacier offers 99.99% durability. Option B. All S3 storage classes, Standard, IA, Glacier, provide 99.999999999% 11 nines durability. Option C. S3 Glacier offers only one retrieval option with a fixed retrieval time of 3 to 5 hours. Option D. S3 Standard IA has higher retrieval costs than S3 Glacier. The correct answer is all S3 storage classes, Standard, IA, Glacier, provide 99.9999999% 11 nines durability. Here's the explanation. All S3 storage classes offer exceptional durability, typically 99.999999999% 11 nines over a given year. Availability and retrieval time/costs vary, but durability is consistent. S3 Glacier offers multiple retrieval options, expedited, standard, bulk, and S3 Glacier has higher retrieval costs than S3 Standard IA. Question 7. A company has an S3 bucket with versioning enabled, storing application logs. They implement a lifecycle policy to transition current versions of objects to S3 Standard IA after 30 days, and then to Amazon Glacier after 90 days. An object is uploaded on day 1, and then a new version of the same object is uploaded on day 15. The original object, now a previous version, is deleted on day 40. For how many days will the company be billed for the original object in S3 Standard IA? Option A. 10 days. Option B. 30 days. Option C. 40 days. Option D. 15 days. The correct answer is 30 days. Here's the explanation. S3 Standard Infrequent Access, S3IA, has a minimum storage duration of 30 days. Even though the object was deleted after 10 days in S3IA, from day 30 to day 40, the company will still be billed for the full 30-day minimum duration for that storage class. Question 8. An S3 bucket has versioning enabled. A lifecycle policy rule is configured to expire, delete, current versions of objects with a specific prefix after 90 days. What happens when a current version of an object matching this rule reaches 90 days of age? Option A. The object and all its previous versions are permanently deleted. Option B. The current version is permanently deleted, and the oldest previous version becomes the new current version. Option C. A delete marker is created for the object, making it appear deleted, but previous versions remain accessible. Option D. The object is automatically transitioned to S3 Glacier Deep Archive for long-term retention. The correct answer is, quote, a delete marker is created for the object, making it appear deleted, but previous versions remain accessible. Here's the explanation. When versioning is enabled and a lifecycle rule expires, a times current times version of an object, S3 creates a delete marker. This makes the object appear deleted, but its previous versions are retained and can still be recovered. The rule for expiring times previous times versions is separate. Question 9. A developer wants to implement a lifecycle policy to manage log files. They configure a rule to transition log files, prefix, logs, to S3 standard IA after 30 days, and another rule to permanently delete log files after 30 days. Which action will take precedence for a log file that becomes 30 days old? Option A. The transition action to S3 standard IA will take precedence. Option B. The expiration, deletion, action will take precedence. Option C. Both actions will occur simultaneously. Option D. The policy will generate an error due to conflicting rules. The correct answer is, the expiration, deletion, action will take precedence. Here's the explanation. According to the study material, if an object meets the criteria for both a transition and an expiration action on the same day, the expiration action takes precedence. S3 will delete the object rather than transitioning it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.